Hi guys, and welcome to another unboxing and first impressions. But first, a word from today's sponsor, Remambo Japan, because this was made possible by Remambo. Remambo is a Japanese proxy service making possible for people outside of Japan to order things from Rakuten Market, Yahoo Market, and most notably Yahoo Auctions. Now, if you're a watch nerd and you go to Yahoo Auctions, your mind will be blown. G-Shocks, discontinued Seikos, vintage King and Grand Seikos, Citizen watches, Orient watches. Yahoo Auctions is just a pit once you fall in. Trust me, you're gonna lose a lot of money getting things that you never thought you're gonna be able to do. Now, another thing with Remambo is that not only do they offer those services, but if you find something in Japan online, just post that URL into their browser, they're gonna shop it for you. They offer sniper bidding, something very important and something I used a lot to get the best possible price, because once you put a bid on a regular bidding, somebody's gonna top you. But if you do a sniper bid, you're gonna do it in the last second, and that's how I actually got all of these things that I'm gonna be unboxing today. They also offer many courier options, including DHL, which is my favorite, and most importantly, they also offered the change of the invoice, something for countries that are really unfair when it comes to taxes and import duties. Anyways, that's it when it comes to Remambo, so let's get back to the video. Okay, so let's see what we got using their proxy service. So let's open the box, and as the title says, I got a watch, as you would expect, and something else that I always wanted, but never got the chance to get it. Okay, so let's open the big box. Everything is packed really well. The shipping was extra fast. I believe this arrived from the moment I concluded the shipping. It was like 4 days before it got to my house. Incredible. Okay, package number 1, package number 2. Let's remove this huge box and check it out. So which one are we gonna do the first? Let's do the extra package. Okay, let's just get this thing out, and here it is. What is it? A Japanese kitchen knife. Oh my god. And this one is handcrafted by Takeshi Saji, one of the masters when it comes to knives. And this thing is very heavy, most likely very sharp, so we won't test it. Very cool. Let me know if you want the video especially on this watch. Look at the handle. Oh my god, this is beautifully made. Anyways, that was one of my dreams coming true. So let's move that away and get back to the regular program of watches. This time I decided for a Seiko. A Seiko I wanted ever since it came out, just never got the chance to get one. And now finally it is here. Ah, there we go. Let's slide the sleeve. Here is the box. Open the box. Here are the papers of the watch. It is a used watch. And as you can see by the tag, it is the SBDC 133. If this doesn't sound familiar to you, that's because this is a JDM model. The international model is called the SPB 207, which is the limited edition 140th anniversary MM200, and it comes on a bracelet and an additional silicone strap. And look at this beauty. Oh my god, I always loved the MM300, but it was kind of too chunky and too big for my wrist, and I dislike those pretty short hands. They're beautiful, the hands are a work of art, but the minute hand was always kind of too short for my taste. When Seiko released this version of the MM200, which is much closer in case shape to the MM300, I loved the case, but I never liked the dial and bezel configuration they offered until they introduced this, the 140th anniversary, with the green dial and black bezel and that beautiful gold seconds hand. When this thing came out in 2021, it was a part of a three-piece collection celebrating the 140th anniversary, with this one being limited to 6,000 pieces. Then you got the MM300, the real deal, that was limited to 3,000 pieces, and a chronograph Sumo that was, I believe, limited to 4,000 pieces. All came with a green dial and a black bezel. The green dial is apparently inspired by Iriomote Island, or the mangrove forests of Iriomote Island, which are dark green, and as you can see, this green does look epic. I can't wait to see this under macro. And look at the hands, they have the bevels and everything. Let me just try to zoom in. Very beautiful watch, powered by the 6R35, and as you can see, the caseback is closed, as you would expect from a Prospex Seiko. It says limited edition, but it doesn't have the number, which one out of 6,000. Now 6,000 is not really that much limited, but that's not the reason why I got this watch. I really don't care, because Seiko does so many limited editions, it's impossible to track them all. What I loved was this color combination, and my god, it is stunning in person. Very nice. This is smaller than the MM300 at 42 versus 44. It's also shorter lug to lug, which is, I believe, 48.8. We'll see how it is on the bracelet for the full review. But most notably, it's much thinner at 12.5, which should make it wear beautifully on my 6.7-inch wrist. And look at the combination of the brushed and polished surfaces. This is truly one of the best case shapes ever made by Seiko. Very nice, and I love that they're expanding that beyond the regular 300. Let me just put it on my wrist with this silicone strap. It's more like rubber than silicone, and it's a very nice strap. It's not overly long, and here it is on my 6.7-inch wrist. As I expected, this sits perfectly. Now with Seiko and this case shape, just like the Marine Master 300, which is 44 but actually wears more like a 42, this is a 42, but to me it feels and looks like it's 40. And look how thin it is and how well it sits. And because of this unique shape and these flanks that go upwards, it's incredibly comfortable. Combined with the crown at 4 o'clock, this really doesn't impede your wrist movement. The clasp is massive and the keeper is metal, just like on all those tunas. Now this clasp is really something else. Very nice. I mean, buckle, and look at the keeper. Very nice. But if you know me and if you follow my channel, you know I will be switching to the bracelet, which is excellent. Solid links, solid end links. The only thing, and I believe a machine clasp, the only thing missing is the Marine Master 300 styled ratcheting system, but I've seen people switching to that. And look at the links. They're like polished. Some are rounded, some are straight, which means it plays with the light beautifully. I mean, they're brushed, sorry, with polished sections, and the clasp really looks nice as well. Polished sides, brushed, very large, the safety latch, and as you open it, yep, it comes with a milled out clasp. Like I said, the only thing missing is that it has regular micro adjustment holes instead of that ratcheting system, but I'm actually okay with it. Now I can't wait to put it on the bracelet and start wearing it, because the watch is truly, truly beautiful. Okay, let's try the bezel. We're going to do a loom shot, and that's going to be it for today. As usual, do stay tuned for the full review with macro shots and after I spend some time with the watch, but I can tell you right away off the bat, I love it. Other specs include a sapphire crystal, and I believe this is a steel insert bezel. This is not ceramic. I believe the ceramic is only on the MM300. Okay, let's try the bezel. So typical Seiko bezel, very smooth, but this one does have slightly more resistance, which is actually something I like. And I'll see in the full review, but from what I can tell, I believe everything is lined up on this, which is becoming a rarity with Seikos. A lovely, lovely diver. You do have these drilled lugs for easy swap of the strap. Very nice. Okay, let's do the loom shot, and that's gonna be it. Okay. With the watch charged, let's zoom in, let the camera focus, and turn off the lights. And as you would expect from a Seiko, the lume is pretty fantastic. Very nice. Nothing I wouldn't expect from Seiko. They also added this small pip at 3 o'clock, if you can see it. Some people argued that it kind of ruins the symmetry of the dial, that they should have left only with the date instead of adding that little section, but apparently the ISO standard for professional divers watches now includes loomed pip for all the hour markers, and Seiko having all of their divers, I mean real divers watches, always ISO compliant, probably changed that because of that. So I don't blame them. It actually adds to the technical aspect of the watch. Very nice. I have to admit, I'm loving this thing. And look at those applied markers. I mean, they're probably stamped, but they are nicely framed. Look at the hands. Very nice. Thank you for watching. Thank you for Remambo for sponsoring this video and making it possible for me to get this watch and that beautiful knife. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.